Right now, troubling news for UW schools across the state as the system continues to fight for more funding.
Stealing the line from Lou Gehrig. I'm the luckiest man alive.
And honoring a U.S. war vet, how he's giving back to other veterans in Madison.
And it is a chilly start to the morning. You need the jacket, but we're looking at warmer weather and a beautiful weekend, maybe approaching 90 next week. More coming up.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to News 3 Now. This morning, we made it to Friday. We made it to the long weekend. I'm Josh Spreiter.
I'm Chris Stanford. Kelly Slifka with your forecast. What a Friday it is. I mean, we have some beautiful weather, 3-day holiday weekend. So much stuff happening in Madison this weekend. I bet Kelly Slifka is going to put on about 400 miles on his electric bike.
Well, you know, I'm doing that. I'm going to play tennis today and then play some volleyball. So
there you go.
We got it all covered today. We're probably going to be worn out and need a vacation from our vacation this weekend. All right, we are looking at some really nice weather. I know it's chilly this morning. Need that jacket, but with the sunshine, it's going to warm up. It's going to be a little bit warmer than what we had yesterday, headed into the mid-70s. Beautiful Memorial Day weekend. The warming trend continues. A little bit cool in the mornings, but the afternoons really nice. And looking at a pretty dry weather pattern that will continue into much of next week. I think we'll probably have to wait until Friday, about a week from now, before we have any good chance of rain. Chilly this morning. We're down to 38 here in Madison, 37 in the Dells. You've got 27 in Camp Douglas, 28 in Black River Falls, 41 in Janesville, and 42 in Monroe. Winds will be out of the east, less than 10 miles per hour, so not as breezy as yesterday. We'll warm into the low 70s early this afternoon, headed into the mid-70s. Might see a few clouds rolling in later this afternoon into the evening, but all in all, just a beautiful Friday for us as we're kicking off this holiday weekend. A milder day with that east wind less than 10 miles per hour as we get up to 74. More on that weekend forecast and also that dry pattern expected next week and when we can expect some rain coming up.
All right, Kelly, thank you. Remember, you can always track that holiday weekend forecast for yourself this weekend. Just download the First Warn Weather app.
We are at the bottom of public funding nationally. We can't fulfill our potential, and all Wisconsinites will suffer.
Sobering words there from UW's president after a new report finds Wisconsin almost at the bottom of the nation's public universities for state funding.
Jay Rothman says almost every UW four-year campus will run at a deficit by the end of the 2024 school year. Only 3 campuses are in the clear, which includes Madison.
Wisconsin ranks 42nd out of 50 for public funding, and UW system leaders continue to ask for more money from state lawmakers. That's typically been a losing battle for the system over the past decade. With Rothman relatively new, though, he remains hopeful.
We have to move ourselves up if we're going to be successful in winning the war for talent. We want to remain accessible and affordable to students and prospective students, but we need the state to participate with us as well.
After the recent closure of UW Richland campus, Rothman did not rule out the possibility of closing other campuses if these deficits don't get resolved. The Madison man accused of tying cords across part of the Badger State Trail bike path last year is due back in court today. 34-year-old Curtis Tesmer faces 4 counts of first-degree recklessly endangering safety after DNA evidence linked him to the cord stretched across the bike path. He's pleaded not guilty. Tesmer returns to court for a status conference later this morning.
An update now, your furnace may be off for the summer, but by the time it's back on this winter, it could end up costing you more than you are expecting. Wisconsin energy companies are looking to raise rates next year. Madison Gas and Electric is asking for a 7% increase, and Alliant Energy is asking for 14% more. It's a price hike that consumer advocates say is just too much.
We're concerned about the size of these increases because they're just a lot for people to handle. And so that's why we need to look at options for customers, because these are bigger than we've seen.
Both MG&E and Alliant say the increases are thanks to rises in natural gas and coal costs and more investment in renewable energy equipment. But the Citizens Utility Board says they can still find other ways to cut costs for consumers, namely lowering their profits.
6:04 now. We have a call for action for you this morning. It's a chance for you to get involved in your community and help solve consumer issues that your neighbors might be facing. Our Leah Linscheid reports.
We're talking this morning about our News 3 Now Call for Action team as we look to expand it. So our lead volunteer, Barb, is here to talk a little bit about what we're looking for. Good morning, Barb.
Good morning, Leah.
Good to see you.
Good to see you, too.
So for folks who don't know, what exactly is Call for Action?
Call for Action is a national nonprofit program, and it's housed in numerous television stations around the country, and Madison is lucky enough to have one. So we are volunteers, all of us are volunteers, and we help people resolve problems. We mediate, whether they are consumer issues, issues of resources in the community that they need to access, medical problems, billing issues. It runs the gamut.
Speaking for our volunteers, I know that this is a really fulfilling role. Why did you decide to get involved in Call for Action?
Well, probably because my career took me into the social work realm with Dane County Human Services, and I was a Madison teacher and staff developer for many years. So people have their niches, so I assign the cases based on their interests and their expertise. And it's fun. It's fun. We love it.
That's what I hear time and time again from volunteers. And it's impactful. I mean, we are getting hundreds of thousands of dollars back for folks. What would be one case that really stood out to you that made a big impact across the viewing area? Yeah,
well, we've done a lot of them, but this particular one, many people may have even read about and heard you speak of. It was a case where many people were bilked out of money. They were promised home siding or remodeling or something from a particular person, and so they gave down payments, significant down payments. Many of these people were senior citizens, incidentally, and they never got services, or maybe they got something and it was shabbily done and then no one showed up. And we're very proud of this one because we had about 45 people call in on this same company, which had several, I think it had almost a dozen different names. The person who was responsible for absconding all this money is currently in jail. We know that for us, clients that called in for us, there were about $400,000 that he took from them, but we know that there's probably double that. We don't know all of the cases, but we felt like we really helped people. Now, can we get their money back from this person? Unfortunately, we probably can't, but we let them know how to put their names in terms of, restitution if that should ever come to pass.
For folks out there who might be interested in becoming a volunteer, what's the process? How do they get in touch with you?
Well, you contact the station at CFA@WISC.com. It's a fun thing to do if you have one day a week, maybe 4 hours to devote to it. We'd love to have people join us who really would like to help their community, because that's really what we try to do.
Barb, thank you so much for taking the time this morning.
You bet. Thank you.
That was Leah Lindscheid reporting. You can find all the information up right now at channel3000.com.
More local news now. A Vietnam War vet is being honored this morning for his service to his country and his community in Madison. U.S. Army Captain Tyrone Tony Paulson has been inducted into the Hall of Heroes at Madison's Veterans Hospital. Paulson earned 3 Bronze Stars for Valor and 2 Commendation Medals for Valor. After the war, he served as a dispatch supervisor for the Wisconsin State Patrol for 31 years.
Stealing the line from Lou Gehrig, I'm the luckiest man alive. I had 8 bullet holes through my uniform. A grenade landed between my legs and did not explode. A mortar round landed close to me and threw me into a foxhole. That same day, 23 men walked down a hill. 5 of us walked off.
Paulson has been a member of Adaptive Sportsmen for several years, supporting disabled individuals with hunting and fishing. He and his wife of 49 years, Susan, live in Madison.
He deserves that honor and so much more.
Yes, thank you for your service. 6:08 right now coming up. It's almost the weekend in the 6:08, and we're planning out your holiday for the whole family.
And also ahead, we're following along a local high school golf team on the course whose expectations have been really high all season.
The biggest Memorial Day savings are happening for 72 hours only at Furniture and Appliance Mart. Save up to 30% on all Maytag major appliances. Freezers start at $4 a month. Dishwashers start at $17 a month at Furniture and Appliance Mart inside Ashley.
At Blaine's Farm and Fleet, farm is in our name, so you know we're animal experts. And when it comes to your pets, we know it pays to have a plan. Whether you have a new addition or a grizzled companion, one that's sporty or even a bit sensitive. Whatever your pet's needs, they deserve advanced nutrition. Purina Pro Plan Nutrition. And this Friday through Sunday, we're thanking all veterans and active military with an extra 10% off their entire purchase.
Find value at Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
JC tried Game Flings for the first time the other day and forgot where she was. You can always spot a first-timer. Game Flings with Oxy Boost and Febreze.
Barnes, it's a great company.
I hear people talk a lot about how they enjoy working here. We are Dane County's largest full-service lawn, landscape, tree, and snow removal company and 100% employee-owned.
We're often asked what it means to be an employee owner. It means we share our profits with the people who work at Barnes.
The better we do as employees, the happier our customer is, and the more likely they are to be with us long-term.
Join the Barnes team. Apply at barnesinc.careers.com.
Have you ever been challenged, been tried, made a pact with your own limits? Have you been here, there, places no one should go? If you have, then you know that whatever you're capable of, so are we. No wonder Ford SUVs lead in brand loyalty. Now get an Explorer and get 0% APR financing for 36 months, 1,000 low APR cash, and 1,000 retail bonus cash. See your dealer.
Strawberries, blueberries, and the cherry on top. Fairlife, with 50% more protein, 50% less sugar, and the creamy taste, turns scrumptious into scrumptious. Fairlife, ultra-filtered milk.
Hang on tight, Wisconsin, because fun just got a lot faster. It's Fast Play from the Wisconsin Lottery, an all-new style of lotto games that combine instant wins with the progressive jackpot. Playing is easy at any lottery retailer. Just print, play, and know if you're a winner instantly. The progressive jackpot starts at $10,000 and grows with each ticket sold. The share of the jackpot increases with the price of the ticket. Fast Play is available now, only at Wisconsin lottery retailers.
The Memorial Day 72-hour sale is Saturday through Monday with a preview day Friday at Ashley. Get outdoor furniture starting at $4 per month, sofas starting at $6 per month, and so much more with 6-year special financing store-wide, only at Ashley.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning.
We're back at 6:12. The weekend in the 608 is practically here, and it's a big one as Memorial Day marks the unofficial start to summer, of course. And with the holiday, many of you have a long weekend in store, and it's going to be a busy one. For a 7th year, the Bodega Series will return to Breese Stevens Field for 4 days this summer, with the first being tonight. The event will feature over 100 local vendors selling food, crafts, jewelry, and other goods. There will also be activities for kids, yard games, and drinks to enjoy while browsing the available goods. The bodega is free. Gates open at 5 o'clock, and that market will be open until 9. The bodega will be open again on June 30th, July 21st, and August 25th. Check out the national champion Mad City Show ski team at La Park next to the Monona Terrace. This is happening Sunday night at 6 o'clock. It's quite the show. Organizers say bleacher seating is available, or you can also bring your own chairs or blankets to sit on. Refreshments will also be available to purchase from the Brat stand. And speaking of brats, the world's largest Brat Fest is back at the Alliant Energy Center today. Since 1983, the world's largest Brat Fest has sold more than 4 million brats to help raise almost $2 million to benefit more than 100 local charities. Brat Fest brings the community together each Memorial Day weekend, rain or shine, for 3 days of free music, fantastic food, and family-friendly fun to help kick off the start of summer. Remember, you can always watch what's happening in the 608 by going to channel3000.com/in-the608. You can also click on the community calendar in partnership with our friends at Madison Magazine. With that forecast, I feel like we're going to be smelling a lot of grills out there. I think we've already been seeing that. People are just outside trying to just take everything in.
Doesn't get much better than this.
It really doesn't.
Josh, always looking for story ideas. So if you have something inspirational you want others to know about, Find Josh on social media or email him for a chance to be featured.
Just about 6:15 on a Friday morning. Kelly Slifka's out on the news for now. Weather patio. Kelly, chilly start, but we're going to rebound quite nicely today.
Yeah, it's still feeling cool out here this morning. Probably over the next hour, you're going to need that jacket, maybe an hour or 2 hours. But after that, we're looking at some warmer weather this afternoon and less wind. Yeah, looking at a lot of sunshine right now. You can see our sky cam from the studio here. Plenty of blue skies this morning. We're going to be pretty close to our average highs. We get up to about 74. Noticing our overnight low, though, is still quite cool tonight, running below our average simply because the air is very dry. There's just not a lot of moisture in the atmosphere, so that way the temperature can fluctuate quite a bit from the morning lows to the afternoon highs. But if you are headed out to the terrace today, it looks like a great noon hour. If you're going to have lunch out there, temperatures in the upper 60s, less wind than yesterday, and maybe if you're headed out there this evening, should be pretty nice. But as that sun goes down, you probably need that jacket. The winds will be pretty light, and that sun doesn't set now until 8:25. You see eastern Wisconsin into Michigan, the coldest across much of the upper Midwest, the Great Lakes region, while it quickly warms up off to the west. So we're entrenched in some of that colder air underneath this area of high pressure, keeping us quiet across the Great Lakes and much of the Northeast. The storm system over the southeast, this is what's keeping everything backlogged. Everything's kind of in a roadblock, not moving very quickly from west to east. And that's why we've seen the cool weather the last few days. But eventually this air mass is going to modify with the sunshine, and we're going to see some nice warm weather going into the upcoming weekend. So it will be cool this in the mornings for the weekend, but the afternoons look great with sunshine, temperatures warming by the end of the weekend into the low to mid 80s. Dry weather pattern, though, is setting up not only this weekend into next week. That will be a concern because we haven't had any rain since last Friday. Really maybe not seeing any rain until this upcoming Friday. Temperatures, though, next week could be approaching 90 as that humidity starts to increase. Chilly this morning, 38 right now in Madison. We've got 34 in Lone Rock, 37 in the Dells. We've had some below freezing temperatures up to the north in Camp Douglas and also Black River Falls. Right now, 37 in Middleton, 41 in Wanakee, 41 in Sauk City and Cross Plains as well. So a chilly start to the morning, but with that sunshine warming into the upper 60s here early this afternoon, warming into the mid 70s later today. Above average temperatures will continue not only this weekend, but into next week. And it looks like it will remain dry into much of next week as well. First warm forecast, warming temperatures over the next several days. 81 on Sunday, Memorial Day 83. Beautiful weather this weekend. We don't see that often, but maybe approaching 90 by Wednesday and Thursday.
After finishing runner-up at state a season ago, expectations have been sky high all year for the Cambridge boys golf team. But the Blue Jays aren't feeling any pressure on the Lynx because, as Andrew Banstra found out, they're taking it one shot at a time thanks to Travis Golston.
Cambridge boys golf plays with the mantra.
Just kind of stay in the moment. Like, you got to stay in the moment for each shot. Don't get ahead of yourself.
One stroke at a time.
I'll get a bad break. I'll be frustrated. He's like, yeah, that's golf. That's what happens. You get bad breaks, you get good breaks.
Way better rotation.
Don't get thrown off by like one bad shot.
It's that lesson Travis Golston is instilling in his squad.
Golf teaches you a lot of life things. Like, there's going to be bad breaks in life. There's going to be bad breaks on the golf course.
And one he's sure his guys are getting tired of hearing.
Trying to preach that and get that through their head. Like, there could be it's harder things in life than just playing a high school golf match.
But right now, the Blue Jays are swinging for a return to state.
I do really want to win a state championship, and it really means a lot, and we work really hard for it.
They want to get back. Like, they want the gold trophy, and they've put in the work to do that.
Work on the golf course that'll keep this group on par for life.
You know, just trust yourself, and good things will happen.
And stick to Golston's mindset, one stroke at a time. In Cambridge, Andrew Banstra, News 3 Sports.
Division II sectional track and field will start on the girls' side. Beloit Turner's Rachel Cleaver takes first in the wheelchair 400. What a night it was for the Whitewater Relays. Kendall Kyler anchored the Whippets to a first-place finish in the 4x1 and the 4x2. On the boys' side, Platteville's Kaysen Udelhoven takes home the 400 dash crown in a time of 49.85. And in the 4x2, it was Andrew Kelly anchoring McFarland to a first-place finish in 43.4 seconds. The state meet is next week. It's been a heck of a year for Caroline Harvey. She helped Wisconsin win its 7th national title and Team USA win gold at the Women's World Championship. And now Harvey's been named the Bob Allen Player of the Year. It's an award that's given to the top American women's hockey player. Harvey's the 5th Badger to earn the honor, joining the likes of Jessie Vetter, Megan Duggan, Hillary Knight. and Abby Rock. Do or die Game 4 for the Stars in overtime. Who do you call to keep your season alive? Well, that would be Joe Pavelski, and the former Badger answered with a one-timer in OT to beat the Golden Knights and force a Game 5. And that's it for Morning Sports. Have a great day.
You too, Zach. Coming up next, if you're headed to Milwaukee this weekend, there's a new addition at the Milwaukee County Zoo.
But first, as we go to break on a Friday morning, a look at gas prices as we head into the long holiday weekend. Right now in Dane County, $3.53 a gallon. A little higher across Wisconsin, $3.57, right on par with what we're seeing across the country right now. We'll be right back.
Watch News 3 Now at 6 with Eric, Charlotte, Gary, and Zach, weeknights.
It's the Portage Furniture Store's Customer Appreciation Sale on now, with a huge in-stock inventory of top brands for every room in your home, including all new power lift chairs and always free delivery. The Portage Furniture Store's Customer Appreciation Sale going on now.
Summer's here, and with a new Toyota, you can go out and have s'more fun. Whoa, whoa. Yeah, that's crispy. Anyone?
Every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care. That's the value you can expect from Toyota. Toyota, let's go places.
Here at Precision, we are veteran owned, and we take pride in servicing not only our community, but serving our country as well. No job is too big and no job is too small. Here at Precision, we'll fix them all.
Precision Door Service, a name you can trust.
You've got this. Your big moment on their big day. The dress? Another one you'll never wear. Gift? Practical. Yeah, you've got this. Just like Associated Bank's got you with free overdraft protection transfers. So when you get invited to your third destination wedding in as many months, we'll be there with you.
When we first met Todd, we thought Jen was kidding.
You've got this with Associated Bank.
It's time to bring balance to business travel and discover the equilibrium that works for you. At National, you're in control. Skip the counter, choose any car in the aisle, and manage your rental right from the app. So you can mix work with leisure, or leisure with work, giving you the control to find the perfect balance. Go National. Go like a pro.
The ultimate LEGO fan experience. Don't miss Brick Universe, May 27th and 28th. Meet LEGO artists and see incredible works of art. Fun for everyone. Tickets are selling out fast. Visit BrickUniverseUSA.com. BrickUniverseUSA.com.
Celebrate Memorial Day at Brothers Maine, where unbeatable appliance deals come with expert advice. Enjoy special prices and free delivery on top brands like Whirlpool, Maytag, and KitchenAid. Visit us today and feel like family at Brothers Maine.
When the Murrays discovered Gain scent beads, they fell in love with the irresistible scent. So did their dog Roger. Gain scent beads keep even the stinkiest stuff smelling fresh.
Summer's here, and with a new Toyota, you can go out and have s'more fun. Whoa, whoa. Yeah, that's crispy. Anyone?
Every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care. That's the value you can expect from Toyota. Toyota, let's go places.
It's the Portage Furniture Store's Customer Appreciation Sale on now, with a huge in-stock inventory of top brands for every room in your home, including all new custom sofas and always free delivery. The Portage Furniture Store's Customer Appreciation Sale going on now.
Welcome back, 6:23 on a Friday morning. Gwen sending in her morning here. Beautiful shot of some greenery down by a creek.
It's a crick.
It's a crick.
I gotta give our producer Cody a hard time again. He's from Iowa.
We got lots of cricks over in Iowa.
He called it a crick. Oh, it's a creek. It's a creek.
A stream.
A stream, okay. There we go.
There we go.
Very pretty. How are your guys' allergies doing right now? Because mine have really kicked in the last couple of days.
I've seen that, yeah, the yellow.
The pollen's all over the place.
Oh, man, it's been nasty. I mean, I'd love to see things growing, but yeah, it's a tough time of the year for allergy people.
Kelly, do you get allergies?
I do not, and I'm thankful for that.
Yes. Well, we hope you are allergy-free this morning, and we thank Gwen for sharing a lovely picture. It's just so lush and gorgeous. Keep them coming, Gwen. We love to show them. If you have a nice morning picture to share with us, use the hashtag MyNews3Morning, and we'll share our favorites right here on News 3 Now this morning. Hey, if you are headed to the Milwaukee County Zoo over the weekend, they have a brand new camel. You might be able to see it. She is healthy, weighing in at 88 pounds.
A baby.
Yeah.
Big baby.
Look at that. Isn't that adorable? She's bonding well with her mom, getting to know her dad. The two adults have 3 male offspring, and this is their first girl. The zoo says visitors might be able to see her in person, depending on the weather and other factors.
It's amazing how quickly they can walk and walk gracefully. Even though they have this gangly legs, they're huge. But, you know, I mean, how long does it take us to walk?
Like, you remember in Bambi, when Bambi comes out and, like, Bambi's, like, legs are shaking like this? That's kind of what this reminds me of. Wouldn't that be something, though, if human babies just popped out?
That could be trouble. That would be trouble. Maybe it's a good thing it doesn't.
Yeah, 88 pounds and running around like
Ooh,
this.
Where's Leah?
I was going to say, we shouldn't be the ones talking.
Right. Oh, that's adorable, though. Yeah. So go check it out, the Milwaukee County Zoo. It's a beautiful weekend to get outside, go to the zoo, really to do anything, Kelly.
It's going to be one of those weekends where you can just about do anything. You will need the jacket this morning. 38 right now in Madison, so we've been below 40 now. I think we'll pop above 40 probably at the top of the hour. But it is a chilly start to the morning. The sunshine should warm us up into the upper 60s at the noon hour, topping out in the mid-70s. Less wind out of the east, less than 10 miles per hour. So a beautiful afternoon, just a little chilly this morning. And it just continues to get better throughout the weekend, upper 70s and low 80s. A little chilly in the mornings, but the afternoon's nice and warm right through Memorial Day. And then we're talking about some heat, maybe some humidity, temperatures near 90. Best chance of rain will come in on Friday.
So comfortable. Oh, I cannot wait. Thanks, Kelly. Don't go anywhere, folks. We're back right after this.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
At Pick and Save, we want our fresh produce to meet your expectations, which is why we do up to a 27-point inspection to check for things like color and scarring. Because when it comes to fresh, higher standards mean fresher produce. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
Did you leave the lights on?
No. What the? I'll go check it out.
Hey, raccoon! I'm not a raccoon whisperer, but I can help you upgrade all this.
With free installation on Felco windows, siding, doors, and roofing, plus no money down and no interest for 1 year. There's never been a better time to upgrade your home.
This offer ends Wednesday. Hurry, call now.
Call 866 for Felco.
Exact Sciences is proud to call Madison our home. We've been in this community for 14 years and are excited to continue to expand here. And one of the things we love about bringing candidates to Madison is showing off the vibrant community we have. And the organizations like the Wisconsin Chamber Orchestra put on amazing events and bring that culture to Madison that makes us the vibrant place to live and work. Whether it's through volunteering, funding projects, or connecting on common causes, we play an active role in the community locally and globally.
I've always been a storyteller. I capture those beautiful moments, things other people miss. My health took an unexpected turn, but my care team put my needs in focus, designing solutions to support my ambitions. Now that's just a footnote in my journey, a small part of a story that's still being written. UW Health, remarkable.
Have you ever been challenged, been tried, made a pact with your own limits? Have you been here, there, places no one should go? If you have, then you know that whatever you're capable of, so are we. No wonder Ford SUVs lead in brand loyalty. Now get a new Ford Edge with 0% APR financing for 36 months, only at your Wisconsin and UP Ford dealers.
Come see Tootsie, the Tony Award-winning feel-good comedy musical about Michael Dorsey, a desperate actor who just hit rock bottom. Little did he know, he had nowhere to go but down.
Get your tickets today at overture.org.
Roast beef.
4 for $10.
Yeah, you know.
That classic Arby's.
Roast beef. Roast beef.
4 for $10. Arby's, we have the meats.
When you download the Pick and Save app, you have easy access to savings every day and get personalized coupons sent straight to your phone. Save big today when you download the Pick and Save app. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
Right now, troubling news for UW schools across the state as the system continues to fight for more funding.
Stealing the line from Lou Gehrig. I'm the luckiest man alive.
And honoring a U.S. war vet, how he's giving back to other veterans in Madison.
First on a Friday morning, here's your first look outside. Beautiful start out there as we're kicking off the long holiday weekend, Kelly.
Yeah, the sun should be warming us up here fairly quickly, but right now we're sitting at 38. Definitely need the jacket this morning, but warmer weather headed into the upcoming weekend.
Good Friday morning, everyone. Welcome to News 3 Now this morning. I'm Chris Stanford.
And I'm Josh Breiter. Lee Linscheid has the morning off. We start with Kelly Slifka with that all-important holiday weekend forecast. And boy, you're giving us everything.
You know, it used to be like the 3-day Memorial weekend. There was one day that was terrible, right? For sure. Or maybe one day that was good or kind of okay. But this weekend is going to be...
They're all going to hit.
They're all going to be hit.
They're all going to be wonderful.
Yeah, you're going to love all of them. So get out and enjoy it. Whatever you plan to do, you'll have no problems with it. Now, the mornings are still going to be a little bit chilly into the weekend. Not as cool as what we're seeing this morning. 38 right now in Madison, 37 in the Dells, Janesville at 41, even 34 in Lone Rock and Boscobel. So chilly across much of southern Wisconsin this morning. But we are expecting warmer temperatures this afternoon as temperatures rise into the mid-70s. A lot of sunshine expected today. The winds will be lighter than yesterday, and beautiful weather for this Memorial holiday weekend. Temperatures slowly climbing through the 70s, then eventually into the 80s. Next week, we'll continue that climb, and we're going to continue this dry stretch. The last time we had any rain was last Friday. I really don't expect any rain until maybe next Friday. So that's 2 weeks. So we are under a dry weather pattern over the last couple of weeks. Temperatures this morning in the 40s, 50s, quickly warming through the 60s, should be in the upper 60s, low 70s early this afternoon. Winds will be light out of the east, less than 10 miles per hour as we head into the low to mid 70s. So a beautiful afternoon for us. Right now, though, chilly. Need that jacket, 38 degrees as we head toward that noon hour. Maybe able to shed that jacket with the sunshine and lighter winds. Beautiful day today, and we'll talk more about the Memorial weekend and also when we can expect some rain finally next week.
All right, Kelly, thank you. Remember, you can always track that holiday forecast for yourself. Just download the First Warn Weather app wherever you get your apps.
We're covering some breaking news in Milwaukee this morning where 4 teenage females have been shot. We have some brand new video just into the newsroom of the scene. This was 2 miles north of Miller Park. Authorities say 2 19-year-olds, an 18 and a 16-year-old girl, all taken to the hospital. They are expected to survive. Milwaukee police are still looking for the shooter.
We are at the bottom of public funding nationally. We can't fulfill our potential, and all Wisconsinites will suffer.
Sobering words there from UW's president after a new report finds Wisconsin almost at the bottom of the nation's public universities for state funding.
Jay Rothman says almost every UW four-year campus will run at a deficit by the end of the 2024 school year. Only 3 campuses are in the clear, including Madison.
Wisconsin ranking 42nd out of 50 states for public funding. UW system leaders continue to ask for more money from state lawmakers, but that's typically been a losing battle for the system over the past decade. With Rothman relatively new to the role, he remains hopeful.
We have to move ourselves up if we're going to be successful in winning the war for talent. We want to remain accessible and affordable to students and prospective students, but we need the state to participate with us as well.
After the recent closure of UW's Richland campus, Rothman did not rule out the possibility of closing other campuses if these deficits don't get resolved.
New this morning at 6:33, the Wisconsin Legislature's Finance Committee added to the state budget a $10 million endowment for the state's C-SPAN-style public affairs network. Wisconsin Eye is a nonprofit that broadcasts legislative sessions, hearings, news conferences, and other government-focused activities across the state. This funding would do away with their website's paywall up through 2025 to provide broader access to Wisconsinites. The Finance Committee will spend a few more weeks on the full budget before sending it to the Assembly and Senate, then to the governor's desk.
Happening today, the Madison man accused of tying cords across part of the Badger State Trail bike path last year is due back in court. 34-year-old Curtis Tesmer faces 4 counts of first-degree recklessly endangering safety. It comes after DNA evidence linked him to the cord stretched across the bike path. He's pleaded not guilty. Tesmer returns to court for a status conference this morning.
An update now, your furnace may be off for the summer, but by the time it's back on this winter, it could end up costing you more than you're expecting. Wisconsin energy companies are looking to raise rates next year. Madison Gas and Electric is asking for a 7% increase. Alliant Energy asking for 14% more. It's a price hike that consumer advocates say is just too much.
We're concerned about the size of these increases because they're just a lot for people to handle. And so that's why we need to look at options for customers, because these are bigger than we've seen.
Both MG&E and Alliant say the increases are thanks to rises in natural gas and coal costs and more investment in renewable energy equipment. But the Citizens Utility Board says they can still find other ways to cut costs for consumers, namely lowering their profits.
6:35 now. We have a call for action for you this morning. It's a chance for you to get involved in your community and help solve consumer issues that your neighbors might be facing. Our Leah Lindscheid reports.
We're talking this morning about our News 3 Now Call for Action team as we look to expand it. So our lead volunteer, Barb, is here to talk a little bit about what we're looking for. Good morning, Barb.
Good morning, Leah.
Good to see you.
Good to see you, too.
So for folks who don't know, what exactly is Call for Action?
Call for Action is a national nonprofit program, and it's housed in numerous television stations around the country, and Madison is lucky enough to have one. So we are volunteers, all of us are volunteers, and we help people resolve problems. We mediate, whether they are consumer issues, issues of resources in the community that they need to access, medical problems, billing issues. It runs the gamut.
Speaking for our volunteers, I know that this is a really fulfilling role. Why did you decide to get involved in Call for Action?
Well, probably because my career took me into the social work realm with Dane County Human Services, and I was a Madison teacher and staff developer for many years. So people have their niches. So I assign the cases based on their interests and their expertise. And it's fun. It's fun. We love it.
That's what I hear time and time again from volunteers. And it's impactful. I mean, we are getting hundreds of thousands of dollars back for folks. What would be one case that really stood out to you that made a big impact across the viewing area? Yeah, well, we've done a lot of them, but this particular one, many people may have even read about and heard you speak of. It was a case where many people were bilked out of money. They were promised home siding or remodeling or something from a particular person, and so they gave down payments, significant down payments. Many of these people were senior citizens, incidentally, and they never got services, or maybe they got something and it was shabbily done and then no one showed up. And we're very proud of this one because we had about 45 people call in on this same company, which had several, I think it had almost a dozen different names. The person who was responsible for absconding all this money is currently in jail. We know that for us, clients that called in for us, there were about $400,000 that he took from them, but we know that there's probably double that. We don't know all of the cases, but we felt like we really helped people. Now, can we get their money back from this person? Unfortunately, we probably can't, but we let them know how to put their names in terms of, restitution if that should ever come to pass. For folks out there who might be interested in becoming a volunteer, what's the process? How do they get in touch with you? Well,
you contact the station at CFA@WISC.com. It's a fun thing to do if you have one day a week, maybe 4 hours to devote to it. We'd love to have people join us who really would like to help their community, because that's really what we try to do.
Barb, thank you so much for taking the time this morning.
You bet. Thank you.
That was Leah Lindscheid reporting. You can find all that information up right now at channel3000.com.
More local news now. A Vietnam War vet is being honored for his service to his country and also his community here in Madison. We're talking about Right now, this man right here, U.S. Army Captain Tyrone Tony Paulson, has been inducted into the Hall of Heroes at Madison's Veterans Hospital. Paulson earned 3 Bronze Stars for Valor and 2 Commendation Medals for Valor. After the war, he served as a dispatch supervisor for the Wisconsin State Patrol for 31 years.
Stealing the line from Lou Gehrig, I'm the luckiest man alive. I had 8 bullet holes through my uniform. A grenade landed between my legs and did not explode. A mortar round landed close to me and threw me into a foxhole. That same day, 23 men walked down a hill. 5 of us walked off.
Paulson has been a member of Adaptive Sportsmen for several years, supporting disabled individuals with hunting and fishing. He and his wife of 49 years, Susan, live in Madison.
A reminder, if you're planning on going camping or hiking at a state park this weekend, you're going to need an admission sticker. The DNR is offering annual passes online. It'll cost you $28 if you're a state resident. It gets you access to all parks and forests for the rest of the year. You do have to display either an annual or daily admission sticker on your vehicle to get into a park. Your email confirmation will also count as proof of purchase.
Also looking ahead, if you're planning to head to any of the lakes this weekend as the beaches open up, the Madison Parks Department is asking you to look before you leave. Check out this website, publichealthmcd.com. It has all of the information you need to know about when beaches are open or closed. It's also going to let you know if they're shut down due to blue-green algae. So far, Spring Harbor Beach will not be open this weekend because of an algae bloom currently there.
641. Let's take a look at Bayview Bridge in Sturgeon Bay this morning. Coming up, Kelly is going to let us know what the boating forecast will look like.
And it's almost the holiday weekend in the 608, and we're planning out the time for the whole family next.
Action. Get up to 50% off list prices at the huge memorial sale at Slumberland Furniture. Like this recliner, free when you purchase the reclining sofa. How about a Lazy Boy recliner as low as $375? Up to 50% off only at Slumberland Furniture. Do not miss this one.
How can you make a difference in the world when there is so much need?
Be a mentor.
Young people need a positive role model to succeed and navigate life's challenges. Think about someone in your life who helped you get where you are today. A mentor assures young people that someone cares and makes them feel like they matter. Learn about mentorship opportunities in the 608 at unitedmadison.com/mentoring. Brought to you by Fearing's Audio Video Security and United Madison.
Spring into action and save on stressless seating at the Century House. Now get $400 off all classic power recliners, signature-based recliners and ottomans, and cross-based recliners and ottomans. And get $400 off most sofas and love seats. Imagine how much you can save building your dream sectional. Shop the Century House, 3420 University Avenue in Madison.
It's bacon!
Smoky bacon.
Meaty bacon! Tasty bacon! Bacon! Oh, I love you.
Dogs go bonkers for bacon.
And try bacon pizza flavor.
Pizza!
At Blaine's Farm and Fleet, farm is in our name, so you know we're animal experts. And when it comes to your pets, we know it pays to have a plan. Whether you have a new addition or a grizzled companion, one that's sporty or even a bit sensitive. Whatever your pet's needs, they deserve advanced nutrition. Purina Pro Plan Nutrition. And this Friday through Sunday, we're thanking all veterans and active military with an extra 10% off their entire purchase.
Find value at Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Here we go.
And action!
Now at Slumberland, $4.99 gets you a lot, like a Sealy Posturepedic mattress, plus a 7-piece bedding bundle free. Yep, get a fitted sheet, flat sheet, 2 pillows, 2 pillowcases, and a duvet, all for just $4.99. Hurry, only at Slumberland Furniture.
Cut!
Yes.
News 3 Now is taking action to keep you on top of the latest breaking news.
Taking action whenever news breaks with a team committed to following developing stories so you'll know all the facts.
Taking action for South Central Wisconsin. News 3 Now.
One mission: to end breast cancer. Join us on Saturday, June 10th at 9 a.m. for the Susan G. Komen South Central Wisconsin More Than Pink Walk. Please register today and witness the power you have to change lives.
You're watching News 3 Now This Morning. Winner of the Best Morning Newscast by the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association.
We're back at 6:44. The weekend in the 608 is practically here, and it's a big one as Memorial Day marks the unofficial start to summer. With the holiday, many of you may have a long weekend in store, so we're helping you plan it this morning. First up, the Madison Mallards are getting ready to kick off their 2023 season at home this Memorial Day weekend. The Mallards season will start on Monday, May 29th, as they take on the Wausau Woodchucks. At 4:05 p.m. is first pitch. Group outings, season ticket packages, and Maynard's dozen flex plans for the 23 season are available now. For more information on what's new at the ballpark this year, I featured them earlier this week. You can go to my story up on channel3000.com. Well, brace yourself, LEGO lovers. Get ready for an unparalleled adventure as Brick Universe, the ultimate LEGO fan event, descends upon the capital city this weekend. It's happening both Saturday and Sunday at the Monona Terrace Convention Center. It's going to transform into a magical world of bricks. Organizers are inviting fans of all ages to immerse themselves in the creative wonderland of LEGO. The DeVoe family in Monroe is getting ready to host the 43rd annual Greene County Breakfast on the Farm this weekend. We heard Farm Babe talking about it earlier. She's emceeing this event, happening tomorrow from 6 to 10 in the morning at DeVoe Family Farms on Twin Grove Road in Monroe. The cost is $10 for adults, $5 for kids, and those under 4 can get in for free. Remember, you can always watch what's happening in the 608 by going to channel3000.com/in-the-608. You can also click on the community calendar in partnership with our friends over at Madison Magazine. And I think we won the lottery as far as the forecast goes this weekend.
Kelly said it earlier, we're usually lucky to get maybe one good day out of the 3 days.
Maybe one.
Yeah, and we got across the board all 3 days, even today, looking fantastic.
Usually it's cold, it's windy, it's rainy, but this weekend, 2 thumbs up.
All right. Hey, Josh is always looking for inspirational story ideas, so let him know what you think we should share. Just find him on social media or email him for a chance to be featured.
Just about 6:47 right now. Kelly Slifka's out on the weather patio with a look at that weekend forecast. Kelly, good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Still a little bit chilly this morning, but I've noticed over the last 15-20 minutes that the temperature has come up a little bit. So the temperatures will continue to climb this afternoon, looking like a beautiful day. But we got down in the 30s overnight. 38 in Madison still. This was at the top of the 6 o'clock hour, so we'll probably be in the 40s here when we get the new reading coming up at 7 o'clock. Look at the warmer weather, though, off to the west. Eventually, this cold air is just kind of going to run out, if you will. The sun's going to modify it, so we will look at a warming trend going over the next several days and into next week. So your Memorial Day weekend forecast looking great. It will be a little bit chilly tomorrow morning again. The air is very dry, so that allows that temperature to fluctuate a lot from the morning lows to the afternoon highs. We'll see more and more sunshine throughout the weekend and warmer temperatures as we'll see the readings rise in the low 80s. And notice the winds will be pretty light. So if you are going to be boating, those winds should be less than 10 miles per hour coming in out of the south and east. And that's what's going to bring us that warm up. And we don't stop there throughout the weekend. Look at these numbers rising next week. Could be touching 90 degrees for the first time this year. Our normal is still in the mid-70s, so we're going to be running well above average. And eventually that humidity is going to come up, so these overnight lows will be a little bit milder. We're kind of stuck in this weather pattern. We've had high pressure sitting over the Great Lakes. That's what brought us the cool weather over the last several days. And the storm over the southeast is kind of keeping everything backlogged. Everything's just kind of stuck in a traffic jam, so nothing's really moving, and that's why we're expecting a lot of sunshine and quiet weather going into the upcoming weekend. And we'll see temperatures warming throughout the weekend. Just beautiful weather. A little cool in the mornings, but the afternoons look great. That dry weather pattern continuing at least in the middle of next week, but temperatures approaching 90. Maybe a little bit more humidity going into the middle of next week. 38 right now in Madison across Dane County, 43 in Awanakee, and also Sun Prairie, 42 in Sauk City to Cross Plains. Temperatures rising quickly with the sunshine. We're headed into the mid-70s today. Just a beautiful afternoon, and headed out this evening, you might need a jacket. So what about rain? So we've got a front coming our way. This is the middle of next week. It's going to stall just off to our west. Mostly a shower and thunderstorm chances for Wednesday and Thursday staying to our west. But it looks like by Friday, as that front moves a little bit closer, we'll have better chances of some rain. That's where really our only opportunity for some widespread rain will be on next Friday. Otherwise, we're going to see these temperatures continue to climb through the 80s this weekend, up to 90 by Wednesday and Thursday. And there's that chance of rain. We'll definitely need it by next Friday.
All right, Kelly Slivka, thanks a lot. We are less than a week now from the deadline to raise the nation's borrowing limit. Coming up in the morning sprint, where negotiations stand this morning as lawmakers head home for the holiday weekend.
But first, if you have a little kid turning 3 soon, please let us know so we can show their picture on TV. We'll be right back with more News 3 Now this morning.
Call for action only on News 3 Now.
FlexSteel is furniture that comforts, furniture for living, furniture with a heart of steel. Save big during our FlexSteel authorized sale going on now at Wanakee Furniture ETC.
You want it, we got it, it's all here. Rosemont it. You want the night lights, the bright lights, I'll put you in the spotlight light. Yeah. You want style, well now I'll show you where you gotta be. Tell you what you gotta see. Oh, it's gonna make you smile. You want it, we got it, it's all here. Rosemont.
Summertime fun is in full swing in Rosemont. From grand slams to hot jams. To Rosemont it your way, start at rosemont.com.
Rosemont.
We're kicking off Bob's Summer of Savings in all my stores coast to coast this Memorial Day weekend. Celebrating over 30 years of furniture fun in my now 165 stores across the United States. So come join the party because I've got new collections you won't want to miss and treats for the whole fam. Plus, get Bob's discount on my highly rated furniture, mattresses, and more with financing options to fit your budget. Get your home summer ready during Bob's Summer of Savings this Memorial Day weekend. I've saved you a seat at the party and a sofa and a bed and a
Precision is an excellent company. We had an idea of what we wanted, but we weren't sure how to put it together.
It's kind of one of those things that I personally take pride in, making sure that the people make the right decision.
We highly recommend Precision.
Precision Door Service, a name you can trust.
I think this is it, guys.
When the Martins booked their Verbo vacation home, they really weren't looking for much. A patch of grass for Bruno, a pool for first-timers.
Don't worry, I've got you.
And time with each other. And when they needed support, someone was right there.
I got you.
Because what's unique about a Verbo is you can reach a real person in about a minute.
Try Tide Power Pods with 85% more Tide in every pod.
Who needs that much more Tide?
Everyone's gonna need more Tide.
It's a mess out there. That's why there's 85% more Tide in every Power Pod.
See?
As a veteran of our country's armed services, you have already made the ultimate sacrifice. Through no fault of your own, you may be experiencing hardships, such as the inability to pay rent, utilities, or receive other life-sustaining services. The Veterans Rental Assistance Program was created by and for people living in Wisconsin. No Wisconsin veteran should ever have to face homelessness or lose heat, power, or water again.
FlexSteel is furniture that comforts, furniture for living, furniture with a heart of steel. Save big during our FlexSteel authorized sale going on now at Wanakee Furniture ETC.
Shop the Brothers Maine Memorial Day sale now.
6:52, time for the morning sprint.
And we start with that breaking news from Milwaukee this morning where 4 teenage girls have been shot. We have some new video and in the newsroom this hour as police investigate what happened around midnight overnight. It's 2 miles north of American Family Field. The female victims, 2 19-year-olds, an 18-year-old and a 16-year-old, all in the hospital with injuries. Milwaukee police, meantime, are still looking for the shooter.
Right now, Madison police are looking for a man who shot out another man's car window on Stoughton Road Wednesday morning. The victim told police he brake-checked the driver in a silver sedan that had been tailgating him. The driver of the sedan then pulled out a gun and fired a single shot, and flying glass injured the victim. If you have any information, you're asked to contact police.
In 6 days, the U.S. will run out of money and not be able to pay its debts. The White House and Republican lawmakers say they're very close to a deal, though. But work requirements and discretionary spending remain hot-button issues. Congress is already adjourned for the holiday weekend. Lawmakers could be called back for a vote, though, if a deal is reached.
Firefighters say the massive fire at the Columbia County Recycling Center in Portage is mostly contained this morning. Crews monitored hotspots all day yesterday and say they will probably have to return for spots they cannot reach. This is the second fire at the recycling center in 10 days. But the Portage Fire Department says the fires are totally different situations.
Take a look at the roads in Chicago ahead of the Memorial Day travel weekend.
Yikes.
Traffic officials say yesterday and today are expected to be the worst. Gas prices expected to go up 3 to 4 cents here in Wisconsin this weekend. According to AAA, 40 million Americans will hit the roads for the weekend.
The Green Bay Packers are asking the state for $2 million to host the 2025 NFL Draft. The Green and Gold are putting up $1 million and raising $4 million from partners looking to the state to close the gap. Nearly 2 years out, hotels, Airbnbs, and other lodging services are already starting to fill up.
The Wisconsin legislature has rejected Governor Tony Evers' plan to make 40 revenue agents positions permanent. Those agents' positions were created in 2017 and primarily collecting delinquent taxes. The positions were set to expire in 2021, but were extended to 2025. Democrats are concerned about recruitment and the $39 million in extra tax revenue. Republicans voted, though, without debate.
All right, good morning. 5 minutes away from a 7 o'clock. Meteorologist Kelly Slifka on this chilly morning. Well, we just updated our temperature and we jumped from 38 to 44 now over the last hour here in Madison, but still below freezing up there in Camp Douglas and Black River Falls. So a chilly start to the morning, but we'll warm up nicely. Winds will be lighter than yesterday, less than 10 miles per hour. We'll see plenty of sunshine up to the upper 60s by the noon hour. Headed home from work, or maybe you're headed off to the cabin this weekend, temperatures should be in the mid-70s. Going to be a beautiful weekend for us. Just a little chilly this morning. East winds will be less than 10 miles per hour as we warm into the mid-70s. Might see a few mid and high-level clouds roll in later this afternoon through the evening. First warm forecast, though, headed into the Memorial Holiday weekend, looks great. A little cool in the mornings. Afternoons look great, upper 70s and low 80s right through Memorial Day. Continue that climb. Temperatures up close to 90 with humidity increasing Wednesday and Thursday. Right now it looks like the best chance of rain, and we'll need it by then, will be a week from today on Friday.
I still feel like I have to check to make sure that my eyes are seeing that forecast correctly.
Yeah, well, not often we see that much sunshine in a row there on that 10-day forecast.
I love it. Thank you, Kelly.
Oh, it's going to be gorgeous. We're back in 30 minutes with a news and weather update.